Now, over the break, I came across several problems we were having with the campaign in terms of performance as well as some graphics were missing. I knew this was going to happen with an AI only modded battle. This is why I've held off on a modded battle for so long because I figured something bad would happen. So I had to make several changes in order to save the series. And it's unfortunate, but I had to get rid of 4 civs. I don't understand why it was multiple civs that were having these problems. Windows kept popping up that I'm guessing certain era units were having trouble. The icon certainly wasn't there. I have no idea. But for me, I'd much rather save the campaign than stop a series short. That's pretty much what it came to, was that, well, do I stop the series or do I fix the problem and just go in here and start deleting some stuff? So, and yes, I've done this for a long time. I did try workarounds. I tried, deleting certain units. I tried to, I've learned a lot making this game work. So, and none of my little workarounds ended up being successful. So, that is why I had to, do this. But so the Omani are gone, which isn't really a big deal. The Omani only had two cities at this point. I think they eventually got one city here. They did. They got one colony up, like at one population. So that's kind of unfortunate, but it's not as big of a deal. The other one is Peter's Russia. Again, not a very big deal. They only had one city, so that was I was hoping it was just them, because I knew it wasn't going to hurt too bad. But there were 2 more, and these are the ones that hurt: Kiev and Romania. Romania was having this weird, I don't know what was going on with Romania, but Romania was really, really weird. Kiev was like the other 3. I don't really understand. All I know is that when faced with the decision of when do I end the series early or do I try to fix it and fight forward, I'm going to try to fix it and fight forward. And very luckily, none of the super popular civs were... Not saying Kiev and Romania weren't super popular, because they certainly were. I don't mean to shove Russia out or anything like that, but it wasn't like they were mega popular. Like if I had to delete Germany, we'd pretty much just have to stop the game. Or if I had to delete the Boer or something like that, the Moguls, people that we've been really focusing in on. Romania I was focusing in on, and that really does hurt. But again, I wanted to save the campaign. So there's been multiple turns. I think about 20 turns have gone by. I have no idea, to be honest, all the conflicts that have taken place. There have been several, and you might notice also a few cities exchanging hands. I know that Moria was attacked, which honestly I should have called, to be honest, because Moria has all these colonies. See, Stalin actually connected his empire, took this city away from. It wasn't originally a Morian city, but it was taken in a peace deal. But now the Soviet Union have pretty much 4 connected cities. You better watch it. So yeah, Stalin is in a better situation. A few other cities were taken, but I'm not entirely sure off the top of my head which ones. You guys will definitely... Oh yeah, Burma pieced out with Moria, the Maori, I'm sorry. And then now look at Burma. Burma's got lots and lots of choices now. They also pieced out with Chin, and I have no idea how they did that. I have no idea how Burma did that, but they pieced out and they grabbed this Korean city. I'm sorry, they grabbed this city off the Korean Peninsula. See, now people are going to war with them. I don't know what happened there, but that's a huge war. The Champa are going after Burma, and the Champa have the navy to take down Burma and Burma's colonies in specific. Okay, Egypt's also going to be there for some moral support. The Chukchi might be able to do a little bit against... I'm sorry, the Chinook might be able to do a little bit against the Chukchi. That's kind of an interesting war, too. So it's turn 288. Technologies are becoming crazier and crazier. Uh-oh. People are going to war with Burma. Those are African civs, though, that won't be able to do much against Burma. Actually, no, Australia will be able to do. I'm sorry. I always forget these natives from Australia. The Sumer after Kazakhstan, so is France. Interesting that all these wars are starting to pop up now. Oh, here's a new war. So we have the Khazar versus the Turks. They are dangerously close to taking this over, too. With that cannon unit back behind, things are looking pretty good for them to maybe take Bursa here. Multiple musket men, and the Turks have no defenses. Also, keep in mind, look at that combat defense. That city strength very low, only at 33. So we'll see what might happen there as we approach turn 290. Obviously, deleting, well, it's unfortunate that we had to delete all these civs, but, oh yeah, they're going to take that over. But at the same time, it's really tremendously helped the performance of the game. So we're going by these turns a lot faster than we were before in the last video. Mexico and Carol going to war with Argentina. And there's actually a very good chance. Ooh, and the Nazis going after the Moors and the Nazis kind of teaming up. And they have a direct border now. Okay, so well, at least we're seeing an exciting return. I will say that. You know, you fix a few of the issues, and it looks like things are heating up. That's for sure. Let's see if we see the Turks destroyed. California and the Sioux teamed up against Texas. Okay, but I would like to see if this actually takes place. By the way, one war that I did notice that popped up was that the Nazis declared war on Great Britain, but nothing has happened at all because the Nazis don't have a navy and the British aren't really doing anything. They did get this one tile pillaged. And bam, Bursa has fallen. There go the Turks. And now we have Khazar with 3 cities. And they have coastal cities along the Caspian Sea and the Black Sea now. Which is really, really interesting. How the Champa doing? Wait, this wasn't a... You almost lost this city for a split second. How did you almost lose this? Your navy is not doing too well. Australia going pretty hardcore. So this is a combination of 2 things. The reason why we're seeing a lot of crazy stuff happen. Really not that much happened over the break. Again, one of the last things I said in the last video was that there were so many people that were building up these armies, and we kind of got lucky. Actually kind of missed the front end, but I knew that there was going to be this third wave of huge world wars, and we missed like a few turns of it, definitely, because Moria started to fall. And we just kind of joined in as it kind of is starting to ramp up because we're seeing these wars take place all around. The Boer and the Soviets were at war. That's a weird one. And yeah, so the World Congress is now having a bigger impact. The Champa should be able to take over Burma's capital. That seems very likely. Also, I did notice that the Spanish, wow, the Spanish had a settler over here, and then they just left. That's weird. Oh yeah, I didn't realize the Nazis have a way bigger stake in on this because yeah, Raven, yeah, because of that. Egypt, and once again the Harappan are going to try to attack Khazar, the Khazarian Empire, which I love that name so much. The Khazarian Empire, that sounds awesome. Are the Soviets doing anything? No, but I do like that there is now a border between the Soviets and the Nazi Germans. France is looking still more powerful than ever. Insanely enough, France looks like now they can take down the British themselves after like a few. It's been like 50 turns, but I remember when the French were at like 1 unit, just 1 unit. That was it. Did you peace out too early? No, but Carol is struggling. Mongols and the Soviets were at war, but obviously there was no direct border between those two, and that's it for the new wars. There's a few little things going on in Africa, but I don't think anything too big. It doesn't look like there's any like super big sieges taking place. The Congo still, I do keep forgetting. The Boer are significantly stronger, I'd say, than the Congo, even though the Congo might have a bigger military because they're so reliant on Benin's open border agreement, which is pretty surprising. Let's go and check back on Europe, because the Nazis attacking Bulgaria is big. Bulgaria seems to have a very, very bad technology, though. And finally, the Australian natives. Murray has consolidated, and he even has Tasmania. That's cool. Look at that. And also, remember, they rushed to Eastern Africa really early on in this campaign. Actually, I think one of these cities was theirs, but Oman took it away. They can still continue to colonize if they want. There's a pretty good amount of land right here. So all this is happening. I don't know if they have a settler nearby. Oh, let's check on the Burma conquest. Or the conquest of Burma. The Champa, all they need... Ooh, this is going to be close. Yeah, you'll get... I think they'll get it. You have 2 range attacks, and then you'll get this right. Is that a river? Ooh, you might have to wait for a second. You have 3 range attacks, I should say. Let's check on the Balkans. Lots of ideologies. That's another thing. I do need to check in on the ideologies of the game. So Germany seems to try to... They're trying to press forward, but they're having difficulties because there's just so many units to fight through. Japan and Rome after Nigeria. A lot of people going after sub-Saharan Africa, but ultimately really no big exchanges in land here. Yeah, I mean, nothing huge in terms of like land changes or anything. I wonder if the Vandals are going to start to go to war. I don't know why no one has taken out Rome. Like, that's crazy to me that no one's taken out Rome. I don't know. Oh, you know what? What's going on here? I completely forgot about North America. That's right. So we've got California and the Sioux. So California's not going to be able to do anything. This must have been a city that they pieced out for. They didn't piece out anytime soon, right? They haven't pieced out yet. So the Sioux grabbed San Antonio. And Montgomery has been just a super difficult city for the Sioux to take. The Sioux have been trying to take Montgomery for the entire campaign, and it's been really difficult. We'll see if they can do that here. Looks like America and the British are at war too. I did notice this. I don't know if this is due to a peace deal or what happened, but somehow the British grabbed this Sioux city over the course. Yeah, so it does look like we have pretty much just... Oh, are you going to fall short? No, you got privateers. You do have privateers. There are still several other Burma cities. You could go after the Korean Peninsula. Actually, you could just go after this one. Bam, there it goes. So, huge win for the Champa. We've got a Champa Empire and a Mughal Empire that are really heating up. Very much heating up. How are the Germans? The Germans they're trying. They are trying really hard. These Gatling guns off the Black Sea coast are going to just rip apart the Bulgarian Navy. I will say that. And you're going to have to do that because there's a few range units here. Ooh, Spain versus Britain. Oh my goodness, look at these guys. What are these? Some sort of guard unit? Walloon Guard? I don't know what that is, but the British better watch out because they're not ready for this. Again, yes, I love the Chinook and Irish island. The Chinook Ireland is amazing. Chinook Ireland is like my favorite part so far. That's like one of my favorite. There's several parts of the map that I really enjoy. Ooh, the Chinook are also going to... Oh, man. Is this going to be it for the British? The British, I believe, are still at war with the Nazis, so that would explain why most of their navy is in the North Sea. But they haven't really been attacking. Again, we did see them land on Europe for a split second. So yeah, as I said, I think that this crazy wave, the third wave of wars, has been taking place. We pretty much just cut back in at just before the height of it, which is kind of perfect because now we're seeing all these wars declared again. But we knew that was going to happen, whether those CIVs stayed around or not. This stuff was going to happen. I don't know if the German-Nazi war was going to take place, but everything else would have still stayed the same. Finland and the Sumer. Finland and now we can just call it Russia. Soviet Union's just kind of chilling. They're building though. They're building, and I'm sure they're watching Hitler very closely. They got to be watching closely. The Harappan moving over towards Bursa, but they're too far behind in technology, I think, to have any sort of major impact. Champa, I don't think will be taking over any other cities. They've lost a lot of units in the siege of the Burma capital, but you know, it was good. It was a good try. Okay, banning of pearls, banning of golds. So here is Spain. This is going to be very interesting to see how Spain does this. I mean, especially with all the units here, they could do a awesome... That's right, they have Cordoba in the Caribbean, which would be a good jumping off point, actually. Argentina and France. Okay. People going to war with Argentina a lot. And even though Carroll had a nice navy, I think they're going to fall short. Chukchi and Benin at war with each other. One other thing I want to mention about the mods that were deleted, I've never had those mods before, ever in my game. Argentina and Mali could be interesting. It could have been more interesting if Kaba had access to a better way to get to the Atlantic, but I don't know if they're cool with the Moors. But yeah, all the CIVS that I had to eliminate from this campaign, I've never used before. Romania, Russia, Oman, Chukchi, and Stalin. That could have been cool a little bit ago. And Kiev. Oh, I have had to use Kiev. I had used Kiev before, which is really weird. So when they started having problems, oh, there you go. Well, that is very weird. But that doesn't necessarily mean anything now that I think about it, because I've used Novgorod twice. The second time I used Novgorod, they did really, really bad. They were horrible. I don't know what happened, but Novgorod was glitching out like terribly. And it all depends on map size and depending on, you know, how well that civ is doing too. That's a big, big difference. If a civ is not advancing in technology, or if they're stuffed in the corner, they're not going to have an impact on performance. So that is one thing. Oh, didn't Kiev get eliminated before? I think that's what happened. You know what? Yeah, Kiev, they were in my Europe game. They got eliminated early on. So we never saw them late game, and that would explain why they were having glitches. Maybe with a unique unit or a unique building. Who knows? Something. Which is kind of interesting. Okay, so there was a new conflict. Chukchi and the Sioux. We have California going after the Ayubid, right? And yeah, I did promise we'd look over ideologies, because I haven't even touched upon that subject at all. So there, yep, so it should be kind of normal. No one's going to go freedom, and if they do go freedom, they'll have a revolution. Congo and Benin, kind of interesting that we're seeing only two autocratic nations here initially. The Germans, the Boer, and the Moors. We actually might see mostly order worlds. You've got Germany and the Boers on the order side of things. The Moors are okay. The Congo are a big one to have on your side. I mean, they've got 10 tourism. So that is kind of interesting, and I think the Germans are starting to slow down. Their attack of Bulgaria is not going super well. Oh, that's right, the Turks are still around. I forgot about that. Rome's going after them. There's multiple people now going after the Turks. We'll see if Stalin decides to do that too. Yep, that's right. I was going to say that. I did notice this too, is the Han has changed their name. Or the Qin changed their name to the Han. The Nazis after Ayubid, which doesn't matter. Actually, that could have mattered, but it doesn't at the moment. Was there any other wars that I missed? Okay, good. So we're ending on turn 300. Perfect. So several things have happened, and I think several more things are going to continue to happen. Yeah, I'm just glad that I saved this campaign, because at the end of the day, I did not want to lose this. Oh, there you go, Sue. So they've pretty much given up on Montgomery, and now they're just going to attack Atlanta, and that is a way smarter choice. Did the Confederate States go after America? Holy crap, I think they did, and I completely missed it. Whoops. Yes, they did. So we could see the fall of Washington in the next one, as well as the fall of Atlanta. Oh, man. All right, turn 300. Yay. If the British are the ones to take over the American capital, you know, I know that they're struggling. They're in a war with Spain and the Chinook, but that's a pretty strong hold they would have over Northeast America. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.